I'm
Epic.
What?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Metrocast. I'm here today on, what day is it? The 21st of January, the new decade, with my good pals Meredith, Mark, and Dylan. We're here again. We're going to do another episode, and today we're going to be talking about a whole slew of things. The Oscar nominations came out. We also watched Tokyo Sonata from Dylan, and we're also going to talk about a few other things, whatever comes to mind, really. Welcome everybody. It's good to be back.
We did it! Yay!
I believe
We're back.
this is
Hello.
I'm trying to remember what episode this is, to be honest. I think it's episode 9 or 8.
Episode 9.
Episode 9 or 8.
Holy crap.
And it would have been 10, but we did a mini-sode instead.
It's true. It is actually no, it's episode 6.
Oh shit!
Yeah, my number is off, but
Oh
welcome
my
to episode 6.
What?
I can't believe we've gotten this far. It's amazing.
We did it. That's incredible. I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Well, it's a new decade, new motivations, new aspirations, new dreams, and all sorts of other things that'll happen.
New decade, and it only took us 21 days to do.
It takes time to do these things, you know? Everyone has
you're
their own
right.
life to live.
True. Very true.
Epic.
What?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Metrocast. I'm here today on, what day is it? The 21st of January, the new decade, with my good pals Meredith, Mark, and Dylan. We're here again. We're going to do another episode, and today we're going to be talking about a whole slew of things. The Oscar nominations came out. We also watched Tokyo Sonata from Dylan, and we're also going to talk about a few other things, whatever comes to mind, really. Welcome everybody. It's good to be back.
We did it! Yay!
I believe
We're back.
this is
Hello.
I'm trying to remember what episode this is, to be honest. I think it's episode 9 or 8.
Episode 9.
Episode 9 or 8.
Holy crap.
And it would have been 10, but we did a mini-sode instead.
It's true. It is actually no, it's episode 6.
Oh shit!
Yeah, my number is off, but
Oh
welcome
my
to
goodness.
episode 6.
What?
I can't believe we've gotten this far. It's amazing.
We did it. That's incredible. I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Well, it's a new decade, new motivations, new aspirations, new dreams, and all sorts of other things that'll happen.
New decade, and it only took us 21 days to do.
It takes time to do these things, you know? Everyone has
you're
their own
right.
life to live.
True. Very true.
So, I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit about the Oscar nominations since they came out. And, I think most of us at least have an idea of what the Oscars is.
What are those?
It's the little Golden Statue Award where they hand out, the awards to people who they think deserve it. Most of the time,
Oh, are you-
usually
are
not.
you-
Yes.
Are you talking about those little gummy things they hand out at CVS?
I don't know what CVS is.
What?
Wait, CBS?
I think you're confusing this with Metro Awards. Too.
Oh, yes, the
Yeah.
Metro Awards are a classic award ceremony that
Classy award ceremony where, the rich win and the under...
it's a rigged system, but
Seriously.
don't worry, it's okay. Participation matters.
Where do you get gummies at CVS? I need to go back to that real quick.
By the counter. By the
Are you
counter
serious?
or in the halls. Like, they have...
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about like CVS, like the
The pharmacy store?
pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh, pharmacy store, I see now.
We have gummy bears here, and they're like little gold guys.
I was like, they must not have CVS's in the West. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, okay. I was really curious about that. I think they have like caramels or something in ours. So okay.
They have Carmex.
Should I just go for the big boy category, best picture, or should I work my way up?
I mean, we can talk about Best Picture. I don't care.
Okay, well, we'll just start with best picture because you have Ford v Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Literally only 3 of those movies deserve to be... Or no, actually 4 deserve to be Best Picture.
Yeah,
nominees.
Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Ford v Ferrari, and Little Women. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, like... The Irishman is an all-male cast, and, like...
It's very gross. I hate it.
It's very, very gross. And Joker is, like...
I've seen articles about how Best Picture nominations this year about angry white men. They're like,
God.
it's like,
Oh, no.
look at all these angry white men. And it's like, Parasite, nope. Little Women, nope. It's a little
Nope.
different than that.
It's a bit more nuanced than just angry white men.
1917 is they have a reason to be angry.
They're in war. What do you expect? But I think the real question we have to bear here with Best Picture is, where the fuck is Uncut Gems?
That's the thing, is that Uncut Gems was snubbed
Garbage in the recycle
Uncut
bin
Gem.
where it
Uncut-
belongs.
in the recycle bin.
Ooh.
Oh,
At least he was
It's-
recycling.
It's no Richard Jewell.
No
to be
Richard
honest.
Jewell.
who the fuck saw that in theaters? I mean, I watched it on the computer. Everybody else watched it on the computer. Pretty sure some people watched it on Megashare. What the
Haven't
fuck is
seen
that?
it, but it came to my theater and lasted 3 weeks. We got rid of it sooner than we did Cats. Cats lasted
Cats.
longer
The
than
real
Richard
Oscar
Jewell.
winner.
Good cinema.
That's depressing.
We just go like, Cat's like, haha, epic, so bad, good, funny. Funny.
Funny. Oh no.
He's like, oh no, stinky.
Oh my god.
Poop.
Dylan,
No, but-
Dylan,
Uh-oh.
what do you think the Academy will pick for this Best Picture lineup?
Jojo
here?
Rabbit.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
Cinema.
Because it's like Le Woke Emphy.
They're not gonna pick Jojo Rabbit. It's
Well, they
between
picked Green Book last year.
it's
That's
between
true.
Once
Well,
Upon
I
a Time in
expected it.
Hollywood or 1917.
No, it's not Once Upon a Time.
It's
See-
between
see,
those
okay.
two.
I like that movie,
Okay.
but still, the fucking
Let-
Academy has no respect for Tarantino.
Let the Oscar champ here speak.
That's
Okay.
me, yeah.
Yeah. I was the only person who predicted Green Book would win last year. But okay, the thing is, this year is so fucking weird because all of the movies that are nominated for Best Picture are ones that everybody actually is very split on.
Well, they're actual good movies for the most
They're
part.
actual good movies.
The only
yeah,
one I haven't
except-
seen is the only one I haven't seen is Little Women.
Oh, you haven't seen Marriage Story? Oh, that
I have
sucks.
seen Marriage Story.
That sucks.
I haven't seen Little Women though.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
a
I will
male
stream that with you if you still want to, by the way. I knew
Oh
that
yeah,
was
for
coming.
sure.
That's like one of the only ones I've seen. Yeah.
Instead, we
Little
should just
Women.
watch
Loved
Jojo
it.
Rabbit.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
let's just
good. I'm
Let's just
good.
watch Jojo Rabbit.
No,
It's so
thank you. As Dylan called it, it's a devil spawn.
It's devil spawn cinema.
I don't know.
Is it crazy?
Interesting that Parasite is up there. Good for Parasite. Joker's gonna win as it should, but that's just the right opinion.
No. It's either gonna be Irishman or
No,
Once Upon a
No,
Time.
Irishman is not gonna win.
fucking Academy has no respect for Scorsese either.
Why do you think it took him so long to get Best Director?
because he actually went full on tour prior to fucking The Departed, which was just kind of watered down Scorsese.
Hey, I haven't seen that movie. I can't comment on it, but I'm still gonna say you're wrong.
Okay, go for it. You can say that. I don't care.
I'm gonna
I
go.
I give two shits.
I'm gonna move on to lead actor now. You have Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory.
So what you're saying is that Adam Sandler is gonna win.
No Adam Sandler. There's no Adam Sandler here. Uncut
it
Gems
is.
was, I would say, robbed.
Yeah. Did you see the explanation for that?
The explanation, they gave an explanation for why.
Yeah, several Academy members supposedly gave their input on why Adam Sandler didn't get a nomination.
Is
And
it-
that was saying that his response or his call out being, if I do not get nominated for an Oscar, I will make the worst movie ever, came off as cocky, kiddish, and obscene.
It was probably
Oh,
just
come
a
on.
simple joke. I mean, if that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, of
Oh
course,
my
I've seen the articles of him saying, like, oh, I'll make the worst movie if I don't get an Oscar nomination. Obviously, he's just
Yeah.
poking and prodding. I don't think he actually gives a shit whether he gets nominated or not. I mean, the man's worth, like, $400 million.
He's a lot of money.
He doesn't seem like a person who would be caught up with all of that. I might be
No,
really wrong.
he does not care. He's probably one of the more down-to-earth actors in Hollywood right now.
Seems like it.
And he's a great actor. It's also a side note.
Oh yeah, that's not. I mean, that helps too.
You know, the fact that he's a good actor and, you know, he's a smart, actual genius. He makes shit cinema for so much money. He spends like 10th of the budget on the actual film, and then the rest goes to fucking hanging out. Like that's a steal. That's
basically, from what I've heard, is that a lot of people at Happy Madison kind of depend on him to make the money. So Happy Madison is like one of his, I think it is his production company, or at least he is part of that production company head. And so, you know, his name on the billboard brings in people, and that, you know, the money that they make helps support, you know, the families that he, employs. So, I mean, a lot of people rely on Adam Sandler for Happy Madison. So, I mean, hey, good for him.
He's a good guy.
Doesn't mean I have to watch his movies or like him, but hey, good for him.
Hey, I resent that.
It's a pretty good impression.
Give me my fucking Oscar!
I've seen all of the best lead actor films except for Pain and Glory. I've not gotten around to that one yet. But
actually,
I would remove Jonathan Price and put Adam
fuck
Sandler
is
in
that?
there.
Honestly,
Jonathan Price will win Best Actor.
You
I
think
hate
so?
I hate everything you
I
just
bet
said
you
right
will win it.
If
It'll
you
be like
want
fucking
Best
curveball.
Actor-
Oscars are always on these fucking curveballs.
They have at least one curveball out of nowhere. Whole
Exactly.
season, Joker. Last minute, Jonathan Price.
And the winner goes to Jonathan Price for the Two Popes.
And everyone goes, "What the
Like-
fuck?"
Literally, I think if they did that, like, nobody would clap.
No, people would clap. They like
No.
Jonathan Price.
Like, who the hell?
No, they'd be like, you know those close up like of video game or not? No, like fucking football footage where they're clapping and they're looking around confused, like
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on? That would be the Oscars at that time.
That's hilarious. I'm going to move on to lead actress, though. Lead actress, you have Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy. Now, Meredith and I actually saw Judy because of the buzz around Renee Zellweger, and I can tell you it is not earned.
No, I agree.
Why
agree.
What's with the praise going to her performance?
I don't know. You're asking the right question to the wrong person, because I don't know how to answer that.
Because Judy Garland.
Because Judy Garland.
But
'Cause
I
Judy
don't
Garland.
believe that she's Judy Garland, not even for a second. The whole movie is wash, rinse, repeat of Judy, one, fucking up a performance, drinking and popping pills, her life is shitty, wash, rinse, repeat. It is that all over again, every time.
The
Seems kinda lame.
flashbacks to childhood, all of that, yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah.
the last 3 minutes is cringe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The last
Think
3
back to
minutes,
that.
we were watching, Meredith and I were watching this, and I was like, I bet you that this is gonna happen, and then it actually fucking happened, because the movie is like just out in the open about what it is and what it's trying to do, and it doesn't try and do anything to subvert expectations. It is like your standard generic biopic.
Yeah,
Sounds pretty
Yeah.
epic.
It
sounds awful.
No, it definitely was. It was underwhelming, unfortunately.
And it's going to be even more underwhelming the fact that she's going to win an Oscar for that.
That's the thing, is I think she'll win.
Yes.
I think she'll win because Saoirse Ronan hasn't been getting a lot of buzz from what I hear about, being a front runner after all these other award ceremonies like the SAG Awards or even like the Golden Globes. It's not Saoirse, it's Renee.
Either
Yeah.
way, like I think the big winner here though is Scarlett Johansson.
She's in 2 categories this year. Kind of
She's-
a big deal.
That's super nutty. Like best actress and best supporting actress. Like, bruh, imagine like getting a supporting actress nom for fucking Jojo Rabbit.
Imagine walking home with 2 Oscars in the same night for
Dude, that'd
acting.
be perfect.
It won't happen because
I was gonna say, that's only
Kathy
happened-
Bates is gonna win for Richard Jewell.
She's
I
not.
don't think
She's
she will.
not.
Yeah, Richard Jewell is the go.
You
You're
No,
being
if it's
optimistic
fucking
here.
like Kathy Bates, she's like the Meryl Streep.
No, but
usually
does
what they
Kathy Bates
do,
win?
No.
usually what they do with lead actress is that they give it to someone a little bit older because they're like, hey, we respect you. You put your name in the game, and then supporting goes to a younger name because they're like, yo, you got some time to get that lead actress if you keep putting your name out there and keep working. You know, that's kind of how it usually goes for the most part. I mean, there are instances where that's not true, but you know, you can find any two dots and connect them if you try hard enough.
But Laura Dern is going to win supporting actress.
Yes, she is. She's going to win because she's been winning all the other ones. Even though I understand why, her performance is very good in there. I would not care either way if she won or lost.
Not the best. I'd prefer Kathy Bates, honestly. But
I've not
Laura
seen
Dern,
Kathy Bates in it, but I've heard good things.
Laura Dern is fine. She's adequate in Marriage Story. She's not the best part about it. She's a bit underwhelming, in my own opinion. She's good, but she's not great.
Dude, Ray Liotta,
Ray Liotta should have fucking
he's
yeah.
great.
What about
He's pretty good.
what is it? Alan Alda. I liked Alan Alda in it though.
Oh yeah,
You don't see enough of him anymore.
he's
What a shame.
adorable.
But
Like
he's
I,
pretty old now.
He is
pretty old now.
very old.
When doesn't he have what is it?
Parkinson's,
Yeah.
I believe so.
oh
I mean, I
my
could
gosh.
be wrong.
Aw.
I could just Google it, but
No. That's what my dad told me when we saw it back. It was like, yeah,
Hmm.
Poor
that's
guy.
why he said like he noticed his hand was like shaking sometimes in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
But I don't think that's really something he himself could control either way. But that's sad.
Charlize Theron will win.
Oh, I know,
though.
yeah.
Fuck no. Why would you want Charlize Theron?
I don't.
For,
I'm
like-
just saying that I don't understand why Bombshell got all this fucking praise. The only thing it should
Because
get
it's
is
the
makeup.
woke.
It's woke. It dunks on Trump. Ooh.
No, the
It's
makeup's
like,
actually
haha,
good in
get
that
out.
movie.
Huh?
The makeup's actually good in Bombshell, though.
And same thing for Vice. The thing is, okay, look, it's this new brand of cinema. I like to call it the McKay effect. Basically, Adam McKay was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make Step Brothers," and then he decided, "Oh, I guess I've grown too tired of fucking joke cinema, so let me make some fucking pseudo-serious bullshit about like Big Short." And then from The Big Short, he went on to make Vice, which was it was better than The Big Short, but it was still fucking embarrassing. And then from the spawn of the McKay effect, we get knockoffs like Bombshell, which is we're going to pretend we're a documentary despite the fact that this is our narrative feature.
It's weird that they try and
Ooh.
implement documentary-like features, but don't stay consistent with that whole presentation.
Shtick. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
I don't
Don't
understand
forget,
why.
Mark, the soon-to-be English adaptation of Parasite.
Oh
Yes.
my
Should
god.
be a masterpiece.
Oh god. I don't even like Parasite, but still, that's going to be fucking... Whoo boy. Directed
And-
by Adam McKay.
I know that Mark has seen Harriet, which is the other... Like, I haven't seen Harriet, and I haven't seen Little Women of the lead actress categories, but, you know, I know Mark is pulling for Harriet.
Oh, absolutely. You know, like the end of Harriet being her forgiving her slave owner. Oh, that's some powerful cinema.
Her talking
Wait,
to God and
so you're
having
not serious,
superpowers.
are you, Mark?
No, I'm not. I'm being serious.
That is not how it ends.
No,
Please tell me that is not how it
I'm
ends.
being serious.
Oh my
That's why-
God.
that's why I gave it a 1 star because
Oh.
it's like, I forgive you.
Oh
No.
my
She forgives
God,
her owner,
fuck
and I'm like,
right off.
what the fuck?
I don't...
I'm looking at it.
No, I gotta look right fucking now.
No.
That
no.
is so bad.
I shit you not. I shit you not.
I mean, the Wikipedia doesn't say whether or not she forgives them, but hey.
She does.
I'll move on to Best Supporting Actor now. You have Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The
Ooh.
Two Popes, Al Pacino
Ooh.
for The Irishman, Joe Pesci for The
Ooh.
Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Brad Pitt's gonna win it.
Brad Pitt is
It's
going to
gonna
win
be
it.
Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes.
The
Dylan-
two popes
Dylan really
actually
liked the-
sweeps.
Dylan actually really liked The Two Popes, actually.
No, I just know because it's like freaking underdog or whatever.
Underdog.
It's like the underseen MPs and the
Underdog.
Academy's just like, how about we just troll the fuck out of like our viewers at home by like voting on the one thing they didn't watch. They certainly did not watch in theaters, or they
That's
couldn't.
Absolutely awful. That's awful.
I swear to God, that's how it is sometimes.
Anyways, I don't think they're that like bitter. Maybe just a little bit because of the Oscars still white shit. But I don't think they'd be so bitter as to being like, hey, yeah, you know the two most underwhelming performances of the year? Yeah, let's give it to that. Or
It's
no,
a-
the four most like literally the people who are gonna win Best Actor are like, Jesus Christ. I'm thinking about it now. Like, Joaquin Phoenix was good, but he wasn't like phenomenal. He wasn't the best one, and even then, all the
It kinda
nominees
was,
for Best
but-
Actress weren't even the best.
Tom Hanks being nominated is just Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks, you know?
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
It is just Tom Hanks. Al Pacino and Joe Pesci, I can see why. They both are really good in The Irishman. I like their performances. I think Joe Pesci especially takes on a completely different persona than he would in any other gangster film that he's been in with Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's just me. Supporting actress, though, is interesting. You've got Margot Robbie for Bombshell, Florence Pugh for Little Women, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Laura Dern for Marriage Story, and Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell.
It's gotta go to fucking Marriage Story, like we already said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine
You know,
if
Kathy
I know
Bates
people on
Richard
Twitter are
Jewell.
pulling for Florence Pugh because they like her because she's the new it girl, and give her a few years she'll be no longer the it girl.
And then
I
it's gonna
guarantee it'll happen that way.
I mean, that's what Saoirse Ronan was for a while.
Saoirse Ronan is still that, and the more
Love her.
appropriate example would be Mark is Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Greta Gerwig.
Oh, that's a good.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's a
no.
good
I'm
one.
talking about like how like Jennifer Lawrence was like the relatable it girl, and then people dropped her.
Because she said some unsavory things to people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, hold up. No, the thing was, okay, Jennifer Lawrence, I think the reason some people stopped liking her, but not like her fucking, bless you, but
Oh,
her, like,
Jesus.
whole, bless you, Jesus
Bless
Christ.
you.
Her whole thing was like the Golden Globes thing where she's like, well, you would know if you got off your phone. And I'm pretty sure her fans were like, ooh, she served her. She got served.
Well, and then also
Oh,
she was like
shit.
being rude to interviewers or something like that, being insensitive to one I think who had a disability or didn't speak the same language as her. It was something along those lines.
Yeah, I think that was like, that's what people were saucing about. And then they thought, like, took a step back and they were like, oh shit, that's not good.
I'm gonna move on to director now. Director is one I wanted to talk about.
Chad Phillips.
You have Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Sam Mendes for 1917, Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, and Todd Phillips for Joker.
Todd Phillips.
God, I want Todd Phillips so bad.
If Todd Phillips won, that would actually be. It's going to be Sam Mendes though,
It is.
because 1917 is so show-offy that it has to be Sam Mendes.
It's like, wow, this direction.
It's like, whoa, Okay, the
Like-
thing is,
Just give it to Roger Deakins instead. He's the guy who had to construct the shots in a way.
pretty much
Like,
no,
wow.
like
Sorry.
no, it's just 1917 just like completely copying. Like, okay, let's say Iñárritu, Birdman, fucking The Revenant, that was a whole essay. Sam Mendes was just like, hey, can I copy that and change some things in terms?
And just
Yeah,
made it
thank
his
you.
own thing.
Yep, that's what Sam Mendes did.
I want
for-
Todd Phillips because I love to see film Twitter just
The
seethe
reaction.
and just get angry. Because God, when Green Book won, that was a fucking fun night. Oh man,
That was
what a good day that was.
Call it what it is. Terrorism. Oh my fucking lord.
Oh my
God.
fucking lord.
Oh my fucking lord. Oh no, that was the glorious. And everybody was like, okay, imagine the Rise of the Valkyries just starts playing as that announcement is being made.
I know people want Bong Joon-ho to win because Parasite, but like,
He's not gonna win.
I
He's
mean,
not gonna win.
when you compare Parasite to Joker, I mean, you can really see what the better film is, and obviously it's Joker. Because I have Joker
Honestly.
higher up on my list, so that means my word is law.
Honestly. No, but like, the thing is, Bong Joon-ho wasn't show-offy enough.
I mean, he had some
Like,
good
if-
shots in there, but that's more DP
Yeah.
stuff than him, I guess, you know?
Yeah, no, but like, fucking Sam Mendes, like, that's the whole spectacle, and they're like, oh, they worship spectacle but don't appreciate intricacies, so it would never go to Bong Joon-ho.
Probably
Mark
not,
my
no.
words.
It'll go to Tarantino. It'll go to Tarantino. I'm sure it will. Tarantino or
Imagine-
Sam Mendes, one of those two.
Nah,
Sam
we'll
Mendes
go
or
to
Tarantino?
Ang Lee for Gemini Man.
He'll
you're
show
right,
up.
you're right.
I'm going to move on to Best Animated Feature. You have How to Train Your Dragon 3, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. Give it to Toy Story 4 because it already won. Disney already said, that's our award. We won.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know what? I actually think they did a more adequate thing, or like not even this more respectable approach, where it's just they actually nominated other films other than Disney, which could have been the easy one, where it's like, oh, Toy Story 4, Frozen 2,
Lion King.
Lion King, and then put like The Missing Link, and then How to Train Your Dragon as well next to it.
Yeah.
Like even then, I think the Golden Globes kind of did it as a joke, just to be like, ha, fuck you, no Missing Link.
I'm
Nominated 3 Disney films.
I've only seen How to Train Your Dragon 3, Klaus, and Toy Story 4. I cannot comment about I Lost My Body or Missing Link, but I like Klaus a lot, but Toy Story 4 is still my favorite of those.
That was good.
I
That was
liked
the only
Klaus
one
the
I've
most,
seen of all those, though.
Bro,
but I couldn't see Klaus winning.
Klaus is not going to win. It isn't. I mean,
fact-
it's just too much for them.
Yeah, I think I'd be really interested in seeing like what would happen if Missing Link won. That'd be
God, dude.
interesting.
Everyone would be like, what the fuck is Missing Link? Like they did again.
Even they were confused. They were like,
We're
okay,
as shocked as you are.
we're as shocked as you.
I'm going to move on to adapted screenplay. You have The Irishman by Steven Zalian. Zalian? I don't know. Jojo Rabbit by Taika Waititi. Joker by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. Little Women by Greta Gerwig. And The Two Popes by Anthony McCartan. Joker. Just give it to Joker.
Irishman.
Joker,
It's
baby.
gonna be the Irishman. It's
gotta
gonna
be-
be the Irishman.
Nah,
gotta be
it's
Joker.
gonna be the Two Popes.
I hate you. I hate everything.
It's gonna
you
be the
said
Two
about
Popes.
You and your fucking Two
You
Popes.
and your fucking 2 popes, bitch.
You and your Two
Oh,
Popes
God.
hype train.
I just know it. I know it.
Elderly cinema. Oh
Yeah.
god. Are you also feeling the burn, you cuck?
It's like, I'm feeling the gem, man.
I'm feeling the gem.
I'm feeling the gem. Oh my god.
Nah, but probably, well, I don't know. Like,
See, Dylan is betting wild right here. He's like fucking. He's literally Adam Sandler right now. He's like, I want best picture, best actor, best supporting actor on the 2 popes.
Two
Alright,
Popes isn't nominated
I
for
want-
Best Picture, though.
That's the stupidest fucking bet I've ever heard.
I was
I
just like,
disagree.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
That's dumb right now. I disagree. I disagree,
disagree.
Gary.
We're like
No,
Jojo
but-
Rabbit, Irishman, Joker. He's 2 popes.
I just know. I don't know. I just know.
Do you know something? What? I don't know. I just know.
I don't know. I just know. But I don't know. Maybe maybe Little Women. I think will get it. I don't know.
Give it
I
to
definitely
Greta.
don't think it's gonna go to Irishman. Well, it's either Jojo Rabbit or Little Women. That's my bet.
You don't think it would go to Irishman?
I think Joker.
No.
Wait,
Actually-
what category is this again? I blanked.
Adapted.
I don't know.
Adapted.
Oh,
Because like
oh,
none
okay.
of the Academy probably watched Irishman. Too
Yeah.
fucking long.
Okay. Okay. The thing is, I'm either juggling it. It's either gonna be Jojo Rabbit or The Irishman,
Or
and I think it
Joker.
would be Jojo. I don't think it would be Joker. But I think they would either give it to Jojo Rabbit because of the fucking dunk on Trump bullshit.
It's like fuck up Hitler.
Fuck off, Hitler. Fucking
like,
kicks him
wow,
in the
this is-
balls.
And it looks so shitty when he does it, too.
No, have you
That's
seen
the
the interview? Have you seen the interview with the little boy where he's just like, "Oh, what was your favorite part about working on the film?" And he just deadpan, just stares at the camera. He says, "My favorite part was kicking Hitler in the balls." I think it was like on the Golden Globes or something.
That's
It was so
hilarious.
good. It was fucking funny. I was like, that's funnier than the entire movie.
I'm going to move on to original screenplay now. You have Marriage Story by Noah Baumbach, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino, 1917 by Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson Cairns, Knives Out by Ryan Johnson, and Parasite by Bong Joon-ho and Jin Woon-han.
Quentin Tarantino's gonna win.
My boy Ryan
Tarantino's gonna
Johnson's
win.
got it.
Nope, Tarantino's
Oh,
gonna win.
Of course Tarantino's going to win.
It's always like guaranteed for him to win best screenplay.
No, I mean
it's a Garantino with Tarantino. Sorry.
he's only won. Oh God,
He's
Oh,
only
that's-
won like 12 Oscars.
I know. He's only won twice for best original screenplay.
Yeah, and they were
What
his
was it?
best films, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction, so
or Django.
Gasp.
I've seen Django.
Audible gasp.
Cinematography,
hell.
you have The Irishman by Rodrigo Prieto, Joker by Lawrence Shear, The Lighthouse by Jaron Blankske, I don't know how to say his name. 1917, Roger Deakins, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Robert Richardson. Roger Deakins is going to win because of the praise and press around the movie.
Yeah, 1917.
Sucks, which sucks.
It's
Like
bad.
it's like his worst shot film. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's so
yeah,
good.
Roger Deakins. He really
Oh,
phoned it in on that one.
It sucks that he's gonna win an Oscar for it.
He's gonna win it.
1917 was very good.
Well, I mean, agree to disagree, but the fucking cinematography sucks.
Anyways, so the next we already know what's.
Okay.
So the next two, sound editing and sound mixing, we have 1917, Mark Taylor and Stuart Wilson, 1917, Oliver Tarney and Rachel Tate, 1917, Mark Taylor and Stuart Wilson, 1917, Oliver Tarney and Rachel Tate.
I'm noticing a pattern here, but I can't really put my finger on it.
I can't put my finger on it. I think Ford versus Ferrari is gonna win.
I think
It's got to be 1917.
Nah, I think
Obviously.
it's gonna be the two popes.
Joker. I didn't
Nominated
notice
for a
that.
category it's not even in.
Hold up. No. See, the two
It'll be like it's like what Greg Turkington said. It'll just be like a surprise, like a surprise ballot.
It's a surprise 6 slot for fucking sound mixing and editing.
Exactly.
Best documentary feature, you have American Factory by Julia Reichardt and Stephen Bognar. The Cave
fuck
by
is that?
The Cave by Ferris Fayed. The Edge of Democracy by Petra Costa. For Sama, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. And then Honeyland. Again, a name I'm not going to pronounce. If you want to know these people, go ahead and Google it. It's not hard. The whole short list is out there on plenty of sites. I've seen American Factory. That's the only one I've seen of the documentary features.
I think it's either going to be The Edge of Democracy or For Sama.
It's probably going to be for Sama, just because that's the one I've heard the most of.
No, I haven't heard anything about For Sama. It's just I looked at the poster and I was like, oh, it's one of those movies.
It's one of those good movies, yeah.
It's one. No, it's not one of those good movies. It's just one of those.
American
movies.
Factory was quite depressing, my friend. It was quite depressing.
I want to see Honeyland. That sounds interesting.
I was going to
actually.
watch Honeyland after American Factory, but I got too busy, so I couldn't watch it. But I plan on seeing that soon.
It looked really good.
Let's see. Best International Film. You have Corpus Christi by John Comassa. Honeyland. Again, I'm not going to pronounce the name. Les Miserables. Again, not going to pronounce the name. Pain and Glory by Pedro Almodovar. And Parasite by Bong Joon-ho.
Parasite.
It's Parasite. I mean, come on. If it doesn't win, I mean, they'll give it to best like international because they don't say foreign anymore. Best international, but it won't win best picture.
Parasite. It's not going to win Best Picture, but it's going to win foreign film. It's going to be the Roma of 2019
Good movie.
or 2020 or whatever the fuck this year is. I don't know. I'm probably like a couple hours behind. I don't know.
Dylan, any opinion?
The Two Popes.
No, I think best foreign film would probably go to. Let me see. There's one film. I forget what it's called. Oh yeah, it was fucking Liberté by Albert Serra. Masterpiece of cinema.
Yeah, I've heard about
Literally,
Liberté,
what
but
is
I haven't actually been able to see it because it's not anywhere here.
It's just like a bunch of like fucking what's it? Like fucking how to say?
You think I know what a Liberté or Sada is?
Albert Serra. It's like just a bunch of like rich like whatever guys in the fucking woods from like the 1700s, and they just like basically have sex the whole movie
The bourgeoisie.
for like fucking 2 hours. If you think I'm joking, I'm not.
All right, I think that's in my
that's
watch
my-
list.
That's my pick for the best international film.
Yeah.
Quite epic.
Film editing is Ford v Ferrari by Michael McCusker and Andrew Buckland. The Irishman by Thelma Schoonmaker. Jojo Rabbit by Tom Eagles. Joker by Jeff Groth. And Parasite by Jinmo Yang.
Thelma.
So basically, what you're saying
Give it to
is
Thelma. Give it to Thelma.
I mean, she makes that film like fly by.
It's not gonna be okay.
It has to be Thelma. Who else? Who else?
If it-
Who gives a shit about all these other editors? They don't know.
Isn't it 1917 the other one up for it?
No.
Oh, 1917's not up for
No,
fucking editing?
Nope.
it's just Ford v Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Parasite, and Irishman.
Oh, I guess they even realized that the fucking editing in 1917 was shit. I think, yeah, it's either going to be Irishman or Ford versus Ferrari, because Ford versus Ferrari was very flashy with its editing, and then Irishman is just Irishman.
Irishman is just
God, Thelma.
Irishman. Ah, she's such a good editor. Sound mixing, Ford v Ferrari, Don Silverster. Joker, Alan Robert Murray. 1917, Oliver Ternay, Rachel Tate. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Wiley Statement, and Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, Matthew Wood and David Accord. Sound editing, 1917. I'd say that's a safe bet.
1917 sound editing, yep. Because it's a war film. The loudest film always wins.
Loudest film, unless you're Bohemian Rhapsody, that is. It's loud for its own reasons. Sound mixing, Ad Astra, Ford v Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oddly enough, Variety doesn't have the people attached to this one, so Variety, you should probably fix that. Sound mixing will again go to 1917. I'm pretty sure it'll go to 1917. If I'm willing to make bets on that, and I am.
1917.
Production design, The Irishman by Bob Shaw and Regina Graves, Jojo Rabbit by Rob Vincent and Nora Sopkova, 1917, Dennis Gassner and Lee Sandels. I fucked that name up. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Barbara Ling and Nancy Hay. Parasite, I'm not even going to try. With all these other... I'm not even going to try, man. Production design is another one that I'm going to go to 1917 with.
No. It's going to be Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time is a fair bet, too.
Yeah, definitely not The Irishman.
You're talking
definitely
about...
Not Parasite. Definitely not Parasite.
Definitely not. That's too minimalist.
Original score, you've got Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, with an apparent...
So you're saying...
no uncut gems, but okay.
So you're saying that Joker is going to win Best Original Score, right?
It should.
It is.
It's the best one.
Fucking Alexander Desplat, they get an orgy over him. Randy Newman in A Marriage Story was fucking obnoxious. And Thomas Newman, who the fuck is that?
And John Williams, they gave it to because of Legacy.
Because Legacy. A Legacy win. Fuck that.
It like sucks.
Original song, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away, Toy Story 4, I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Rocket Man, I'm Standing With You, Breakthrough, Into the Unknown, Frozen 2, and Stand Up, Harriet.
It's gonna be Rocket Man.
I hope to God it is Rocket Man.
It's gonna be Harriet.
Imagine ending your film, I forgive you.
I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me.
I hate it. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you.
All right, we got three. I'm gonna rush through these three last ones. You have Makeup and Hair, Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and 1917.
So Bombshell.
Yeah, probably.
Better go to Joker.
If it goes to Joker, that would be great.
I'd love that for Joker.
Joker
Costume design, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Probably Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time, yeah.
Yeah, probably. And visual effects, Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, 1917, The Lion King, and Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker.
Irishman.
I would like Irishman.
It's probably going to be Avengers Endgame.
I think the Oscars would hold on to their bias against comic book films and not award Avengers Endgame, which is considered by many the pinnacle of the comic book entire franchise. They'd give it to The Irishman.
They would give it to The Lion King too. I wouldn't be surprised. They gave it to the Jungle Book for best visual effects when it was up against Star Wars.
Fuck.
Jon Favreau ass.
Those are the Oscar nominations. Take them or leave them. I choose to leave most of them.
Where's the visual effects for the two popes?
Yeah, I mean they had to get Anthony Hopkins there somehow.
That should not have made me laugh as much as that did. Okay, but the only thing that came good from the Oscars this year is Joker with 11 nominations.
Yeah, Joker getting 11 Oscar nominations was
becoming the first comic book film nominated for Best Picture.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's a good. I'm happy for it.
I am neutral because I haven't seen a lot of it, so I'm here for the reactions.
I got the live tweets ready and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm thoroughly entertained by everything, and I don't know.
Wow. Oscars epic.
I don't know. I feel like it's fun, but Oscars itself takes itself too seriously, so that's why I'm here for the live tweeting and
the live tweeting, the reactions, and the outrage that is
the
to
memery.
come.
It's gonna be good.
Okay, well, that was the Oscars. Did we watch something? I think we did. We watched a little movie called Tokyo Sonata, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, picked by our good friend Dylan. Dylan, do you want to introduce the movie at all?
I don't really know how, actually.
You could tell us just why you picked it.
Well, I think I was saying it in the previous episode, just if it, with it before the whole New Year's started. And I just thought, since it's a new decade, it's a big change. I mean, just going into a New Year is a big thing, but just also point being, I just wanted to pick a film that was appropriate, just about a film about endings and beginnings, which I mean is probably very general of a lot of films, but I think it definitely applies to a film like Tokyo Sonata, or at least when you're watching and discussing it.
It's very well put. I agree with that whole statement, because the movie definitely feels like that. I mean, Tokyo Sonata was probably one of the most touching films I had seen in that point. It was very moving, I would say. If I could be,
very effective.
If I could be, what is it? I'm forgetting the term now, but I can't remember. In love. If I could be so in love with the movie, it would probably be Tokyo Sonata at that point in December, for sure. I thought it was a very effective movie, Dylan. I mean, I love what you were saying at the beginning of the movie, how it's this small rainstorm. It's not even huge. I shouldn't even use the word storm. It's more just casual rain. But that rain sets such an important precedent for the rest of the entire movie.
Oh yeah, I was saying I think after the opening you hear some people saying, "Oh, there's a storm coming in right now," or "There's a storm coming," or whatnot. Yeah, but yeah, it's I think that's also the thing. It's gentle like that, even though it's so terrifying.
And even though
not terrifying, but just so existentially frightening.
It's there's another movie that I can think of that had that sort of quietness to it, and I think it's I mean, I haven't seen the movie, of course, but I've seen people talk about it, and that's The Mirror, with the end of the movie being just that shot. I won't spoil the shot, but if you've seen The Mirror, you know what I'm talking about, where it just leaves you with such an empty feeling, whether it be a good empty feeling or a bad empty viewing, I feel is left to the viewer's interpretation. But, I got that sort of kind of vibe from the opening shot of Tokyo Sonata. But the movie is basically about the patriarch of the family losing his job at a good company, and he's trying to cover that up. The son is going to America to serve in the army, and the son is a piano prodigy, even though the family doesn't know that he is, and he's going to a piano teacher to strengthen his skills. and the mother is accosted by a guy who wants to molest her, rape her, something like that, and they go like to the beach and everything. I mean, there's a lot of different stories taking place all at the same time here, and I love that the movie was able to balance that so well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
It's sort of like, and it's also weird in a way when I first saw it, because it's like, I think most people that also kind of do see it are more accustomed with the knowledge that Kiyoshi Kurosawa was more of a horror director.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like he's known for his horror movies, so I think like I don't know if people call it light horror or drama horror or horror drama. I just call it horror, but I think it's. I mean, I don't know if he's made any other dramas besides this before or after this movie, but I think he does understand the human connection and the human condition very well.
Oh yeah, a lot of his films deal with all sorts of problems that are central to the human condition. I mean, I think a lot of horror does in general, you know, whether it's like in one way or another, but especially Kiyoshi's films, sort of like about. Well, I mean, like just an example is like Pulse being about, or Post. Oh, I guess it probably Pulse and Cure his two most prominent works of horror. Both kind of dealing about, or what did I say? Did I say Pulse first?
I think you said Pulse first. Yes.
Yeah, like the former being about the sort of existential terror, like thrust upon by alienating forces, like forms of technology and communication, and the latter sort of kind of dealing the same. Well, not in the same way, but it's more or less dealing with the general idea of never really knowing, or never really being able to know someone physically or emotionally, or just another human, like really physically or emotionally.
That's a horrifying thought, which I think is totally up his alley, for sure.
Yeah. Fucking Cure is a terror film if you want to see something that will really get under your skin.
Well, I'd like to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. But in a way it's sort of like probably like a departure when people do watch Tokyo Sonata. But in my way, I wouldn't say it's necessarily sort of a departure, but just sort of like a reconfiguring of genre. Because I mean, I still think a lot of his trademarks as a horror director are present in Tokyo Sonata. His use of space and sort of like to mine tension. So I always kind of like find it similar to John Carpenter, the way he uses like negative space and whatnot.
Oh yeah, for sure, especially in something like The Thing or In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And also just like just the way that it's like, and how every frame is always populated with the potential for horror around every corner. But instead of like monsters in Tokyo Sonata, it's more just like the horrors that come with perhaps just the winds of change, if they could say something like that.
Real life,
or just the terror of not really.
But
there's a lot of change. Yeah, and just perhaps the terrifying realities of probably not being able to adapt to it, like the what is it, the father's friend in the film who spoilers, yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, this is a spoiler filled discussion of Tokyo Sonata. Yeah. I'm okay with spoiling.
Yeah. So yeah, well yeah, like just the whole thing when just one day he's there and the next, actually he killed himself and his wife by like CO2 poisoning. I'm like, Jesus fuck.
Fucking Midsummer. Oh yeah, that scene in Midsummer, man. That sticks with you.
Yeah, it's a really dark film, which is of course not really like a weird thing or out of place for Kiyoshi. I think a lot of people can agree upon that his works are probably the most most pessimistic out there. But in a way it's sort of, and in a way you can probably see Tokyo Sonata as sort of departure for people who are really accustomed to his work. Because it's actually, I think, one of the only films where nothing really does end in sort of despair.
Yeah, no, I found the ending especially kind of not exactly like uplifting, but not necessarily like life is fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I found the
Yeah.
film, like, they adjusted to the change in their life, and I think that that's important, and I think that's an important message for the viewer to take away, is that even though life changes and you get moved from something that was comfortable for you, it's important to understand that you are able to be flexible and that you can modify yourself to accommodate whatever situation you are now in. And I think the father does that because you see him cleaning the I believe it's like a floor by an escalator, and he's cleaning that with like enjoyment.
He's become content with his job as a janitor.
Yeah, which is so interesting because he's like a businessman, and he's like, I mean, like the traditional sense or understanding of the Japanese, as far as I'm concerned or know about, is like usually they want to be salarymen, they want to be businessmen, and to be lesser than that might not be good for reputation. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and the film deals with that too. You know, just that sort of his like pride and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole scene where he meets with an old friend, and they're just waiting in line at a food, what is it, like a food pantry line?
Yeah, just for free food.
I mean, I think the movie is very well made, and I think it's got a lot of heart to it, especially the scenes with the kid learning how to play the piano.
Yeah. There's also, going back onto the thing, it's a film that doesn't really recede into that. I mean, actually, no, it kind of does, but at the end of the day, it's really nice to see it not do that, and which makes sense. But it's like, what is it? Because when I constantly look back, I'm like, Jesus, it's fucking dark.
It's a dark movie, but has somewhat of a bright, uplifting message to it.
Oh yeah, but I was saying like the one thing that kind of always stuck in my mind was the what is it? The mom's subplot or plot line.
Yeah, no, her
like she literally like goes out. She like literally is brought out to the ends of I like to just sort of like saying it like to the ends of the earth, and she has literally nowhere else to go. She can't run away from her problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clear she's not really content with her life as a mother or a wife.
Yeah,
right now
her story is probably the most depressing.
Yeah, and like the whole thing when I look back on it, it's like when she sees like that shooting star out across the ocean, or not the shooting star, but the star, and like when she like tries to wake up the burglar, and when it's gone, I'm just like, Jesus. Just like this one ray of hope for her, or just like that sort of thing, like a possible future out there, but it's gone immediately. I'm like, ugh. It just destroys me. But anyway.
It's a good destruction. It's a healthy destruction. I guess you could even say it's change.
Well, yeah. But I was saying with the whole storm at the beginning, like I said before after we watched it, was like nothing. If there's anything that one can really take away from the film, is that there's nothing can really stop. The winds of change can stop the winds of change. You can only let it in, and try your best to adapt to it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think because we keep hitting on that point, but like I find that important. I find that, I mean, therapeutic in a way, just because I think a lot of us are in transitional points in our lives where we're finding out what we want to do, what our goals are, and who we are as individuals. And I think that watching something like that was therapeutic for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I share that sentiment.
What about you, Meredith? What do you have to say about the movie? We've been I don't want to hold the whole conversation.
No, you're good. Sorry, I've been like zoning out there. I was kind of listening, but was kind of zoning, and I apologize. I don't know. And I felt like when I watched it, it feels like it was a long time ago. I don't think it was as long as I feel like it was, but and I feel like I was really tired when I was watching it, so I'm like grasping and trying to figure out like what I remember, which is terrible, and I apologize. But I agree with your sentiments. I think I gave it like a 3.5, where it was like, I didn't like it as much as you all did, but like at the same time, I thought it was solid, and I really appreciated it for what it was, the message and the way that it was made, I guess, in essence. Also, in a note on the ending, I loved that they ended it with, did he play Claire de Lune? I think that's what he played on the piano.
Oh, I didn't even know it was Claire de Lune.
I love
Claire
that
Lelou.
song. I
What
was
the
so
whole
happy.
song? What the fuck?
I know. I was like, I love this song so much. It made me happy. So,
I thought that was a very beautiful scene to end on. To be honest, I thought that was
it was.
because the
It
family.
was very fitting.
The family, despite like I think the only person who had like a sincere positive outcome from the father losing his job was the son, because he found something new in his life, that piano, and that he's a legitimate prodigy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
it's
probably one of the more ambiguous characters in their ending was the other son, who goes to America and says that like maybe America isn't right in its wars. And it's left, and it's just left like that, ambiguous, and he's just kind of left at a moral dilemma. He's like, well, everything I thought was right might not be right, and I don't know what that means for me, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and that's so good. It really really good.
Good. Very good movie.
Very good movie.
Very
I
good.
don't know if there's anything else I would touch upon, because honestly, I feel like I've said everything I've wanted to say. I mean, I don't know. Do people go to? I mean, because Kiyoshi Kurosawa knows, I mean, how to structure a movie. He knows how to frame a shot. He knows how to give tone and passion to a scene. He knows how to frame a scene. All of that good stuff. Essential things in the toolkit. But I wonder, do people? Because people, you know, his name is associated with horror or J horror, whatever you want to call it. And like, to me, when I think of J horror, or at least in the popular term, most people think of Ringu, The Grudge, and maybe One Missed Call, and maybe something else in there. But, you know, if you go deeper into J-horror, you know, talk to people who are more into the Japanese horror, like Kiyoshi Kurosawa is held as a god, I just wonder if they go and understand that he is also a person who is capable of doing direction with dramaticism, or if they just kind of go for the horror aspect of it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I don't know really. I think he hasn't really done much. Well, I mean, I think his films are like two things. They like his films are like he usually mixes his horror with those elements of drama, so it's kind of hard to really differentiate sometimes. But just like straight up drama, he hasn't really done much of really. Really, the only ones where it's like just straight up drama without horror elements, I'd say, is like Tokyo Sonata and his most recent film.
What was his
like
most recent
To the
film?
Ends of the Earth.
That's the one. Isn't that the one with aliens or something? I saw that was like.
No, that's Before We Vanish.
That's right.
That's the one where it's like his sort of reconfiguration of Starman and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But I guess that one's kind of a drama. It's just more like it's a lot lighter on horror. It's sort of just like a sci-fi, like I wouldn't say comedy. It's more like a sci-fi romance film in a way, I'd say. Like again, fucking John Carpenter's Starman is like a really big influence for it. But anyway, I don't know. I think just in general, I think people are just like fans of his films either way. You know, I think a lot of people just value his horror stuff just as much as they value the dramas, or you know, vice versa.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned Starman. It's like the same way that I think people go to John Carpenter for horror or schlock, or not even schlock in a negative sense, but more like campy adventure, fun, you know, that kind of stuff, or just straight up horror. But I mean, like stuff like Starman exists, you know, like he's capable of doing humanistic drama, even if it deals with something that is a little more like sci-fi or foreign.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Kiyoshi more than Carpenter, I think, has that sort of, you know, positive reception. I'm not dunking on Carpenter. I love the man.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But I think just the general consensus is like, oh, goes to Mars, escape from LA.
Oh, I know, right? They kind of just shit on him, and it's unfortunate. I mean, he is getting his reappraisal that he deserves, but you know.
Yeah.
There is one movie I could think of that is sort of similar to this, is On the Beach at Night Alone, which is kind of huge in the Metro Discord server for a little bit.
Very.
I mean, I get the same kind of vibes just from like an aesthetic aspect of it. Just how it looks and how it's paced, you know, it feels with a very, very mundane drama. You know, there's no high octane action or big stakes, but the stakes are big to the characters. That's why it matters to us, and that's why we care. But that's another movie I could compare it to. Double feature. You could put On the Beach at Night Alone and Tokyo Sonata. Why not?
Still Walking.
Still Walking. I haven't seen that one, actually.
I feel like, in a way, like, I've heard many people compare what is this, Tokyo Sonata with Still Walking, in both its kind of general idea of inspiration and execution, and I definitely can see that connection.
I mean, it
But
looks
I still
very
think
good.
it is very good. They both kind of share that similar kind of DNA structure of again, focusing primarily on mundanity over extravagance, and again, that's just something that I really, really enjoy, especially when it's done incredibly well and not fucking boring.
I think I just love Asian humanist dramas more than I do American humanist dramas, because American humanist dramas just seem so... Like, this isn't a rag on all American-made or, Western human dramas, or even kitchen sink dramas in, the UK. But what I'm saying is that I feel like there's a completely different approach when it comes to Asian humanist dramas, or even like what we call, what is it? What's that term people use for stuff like...
Slice of life.
Noah Baumbach or Mumblecore. That's what it is. Yeah.
Mumblecore.
Like, I don't really consider a lot of these Asian films mumblecore, because mumblecore has a tinge of humor or satire or wit to it, whereas I feel like this movie in particular is more like this is just kind of how it is.
I need to watch more movies like that too. I'm so behind on a lot of that.
That's what The Farewell reminded me of, really.
I haven't seen... Have I seen... Oh, yeah, The Farewell. I love The Farewell. I don't know why I couldn't think of what The Farewell was for a second there.
It felt like a really... it felt like a good bridge that filled in the gap between the difference between American kind of mumblecore and, again, more foreign, Asian-based humanistic tendencies.
The Farewell gets an official endorsement from Metrocast. Go see it. It's very good. I enjoyed it. Aquafina's so goddamn good in it, and she was not nominated for an Oscar. It's a fucking robbery, man.
Hey, guess what? I think Aquafina should get the Oscar more than anybody else, honestly.
I mean, she did win her Golden Globe, so hey, good for her.
She did. Good for her, indeed.
She was pretty amazing in Jumanji to the Next Level.
Jumanji 2. Back to good movies. Okay.
No. She was great in Between Two Ferns, the movie.
I have not seen Jumanji 2, the Two Ferns movie, and I haven't seen those.
And the Angry Birds 2 movie.
Oh, I did see the Angry Birds 2 movie.
Is it worth it?
Angry Birds 2 is not bad. I don't think it's bad.
Wow. Okay, I might have to go watch it.
And this is where... I can hear Dylan sniffling, and he becomes very uninterested in whatever's going to happen.
Wait, what?
Also, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, it's a good movie. Everybody should go watch it. Tokyo Sonata, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, 2008. Go watch it. Go find it. Go buy it. Go do anything you can to view it. It's important. I think you should watch it. It's got my wholesale recommendation. I don't know about everyone else here. I feel like Dylan and Mark and Meredith, I'll say yes.
Do it.
We give thumbs up.
Go do it.
Go do it.
Canonical classic.
Also, I'm really tickled that you mentioned kitchen sink dramas, because I got really interested in that like several years ago after I watched the L-Shaped Room. And anyway, I don't know. I have a weird nerdy thing for kitchen sink drama stuff. Anyway,
I'm looking for this L-Shaped Room now. I gotta see what this is.
Leslie Caron and a non-musical. Yeah.
Huh.
So I caught it. L-Shaped Room. Hold on a second. So I caught it. I can't remember. Let me think about this. It was like probably 6 or 7 years ago, and I was up really late one night. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I used to get this channel called Cinémoi, so it just ran a lot of like French films and stuff. And that came on, and I couldn't go to sleep. I was like really invested in it for some reason. I don't know. Like, I don't even know I can't remember if it was that good of a movie, but I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I might have to go watch that again actually really soon.
I put that on my ever-growing watch list of that I'll never finish in my life.
Yes.
Who knows?
Okay, good.
Who knows? The dream is to be a professional critic. I don't know if I'll get there any day, but hey, every day is a step in the right direction.
We'll
Just
go
another
run away to Hollywood together.
Mark, it is your turn. What movie are you picking, by the way?
Belly.
Belly. I fucking
Belly.
knew it. I knew it.
Belly.
Belly.
Belly. Good
Okay.
cinema. Good cinema.
By Hype Williams. He never went on to make another movie after this. If I'm to be, I mean, he did the Beyonce thing, the self-titled short film or film.
Yeah. Homecoming or no Beyonce.
Just a self-titled one, yeah.
He was he was one of the head writer for Runaway.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I would actually I was gonna recommend y'all A Touch of Sin, but then I was like, oh, Dylan actually likes that movie. Damn it.
Fuck you.
So I was like, oh, Belly, masterpiece. Mwah.
Okay, cool.
It probably
All right.
is.
Or
But that Gummo reference, 0 out of 10.
anyways, Gummo reference. If y'all want, y'all could either choose between Belly or Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
It's your pick, man. You pick for us. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, because I'll save Belly for another day.
All right. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, starring Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, the woman who looks like Natalie Portman.
Okay, she's
If
great.
you squint your eyes,
If you squint your eyes,
she looks like Natalie Portman.
Steve Carell's my
She
man.
looks more like Rachel Weisz.
It's a really good movie.
you know what,
Good-
Dylan?
good-
You're
good-
right.
good.
She does actually look like Rachel Weisz. How did I never make that connection?
Oh my god. Rachel Weisz looking ass.
For the End of the World.
Steve. I love Steve
Good
so
cinema.
much.
Yeah, I mean, you
Forward to it.
recently watched this, didn't you?
Yeah, great. I did recently watch it. We watched it in our Discord chat. It was a very, very difficult film. I don't know. To me, I find the ending very emotionally satisfying.
Will it be like Abel Ferrara's 444 Last Day on Earth? Because that movie hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, the thing with Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, that just a little hint of one of the reasons why I do really, really film is because I feel like it really encapsulates the varying side effects of people trying to cope with the overall sense of approaching doom.
Mm-hmm.
You get the evangelicals, you get the people who are just pretending, oh, everything's fine. You get the people who are like, fuck, we're doomed, anarchy, fuck it. It gets a variety of just different things, and I feel it all works very well.
I mean, the director did make Hustlers, so
Fuck no.
she did.
I know she did.
So
Did you see the?
Pure Kino is what you're talking about.
Hustler's pretty epic.
No, did you see my shit? Did you see the shit fucking somebody posted on my review for?
Okay, wait, Laureen Scarfia made this? Hold on, dude, I don't like it when people do that, man. They're so dismissive until they find the person that they actually liked made the movie. It's like, do your research first, please.
Bruh.
I'm sure that clip will be taken out of context at some point in time where I fuck up and I don't do my research. So, hey, shout out to future
If I
me.
save that soundbite.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
everyone's-
either that, or people trying to convince that Metrocast is an alt-right type thing.
I
Oh
mean,
no, it's a conspiracy.
It's conspiracy.
Vote
I'm
red,
gonna-
everybody.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Just side note: Metrocast does not condone or completely associate themselves with Leon Dion's own personal opinion. That isn't the
Actually, yeah. So this is a political podcast now, everybody.
About-
Welcome to the woke hour.
the woke hour.
The third eye. I'll call it the third eye. Why
The
not?
third eye. The third eye, starring
Me,
Crimes.
your host,
Leon.
the man who's ready
Yeah.
to take down liberal agendas.
Oh God!
The man.
This
who-
is how dark web started.
Dark web, yes.
Oh my god.
Under
the
unfriendly
fucking dark web meme.
I loved I wholeheartedly, unironically liked both of those movies.
Can we talk about Dark Web? Because honestly, I don't understand the fascination with it. I saw it in theaters, and I watched it with Metro, and I don't get it. I really don't.
I loved it. It
Good
was a
cinema.
thrilling watch.
It was a thrilling. It was a thrill.
I don't know.
Because it doesn't get the internet right at all. It's like the most it's the most fantasy version of the internet possible, where it's like all of these people are in fucking red rooms and we're spying on you at every second. It's like 4chan's real and evil. Ooh.
4chan. Oh, I'm like, Rev 4chan, like
Kyron.
What you mean?
I just like I don't get it. I don't understand how people hail it like a modern masterpiece. I'm like, no.
So good.
I was wondering, does Unfriended have Aquafina?
Yes.
No, it does not.
Yes.
You're
Yes, it
fucking
does.
with me.
It does.
No.
He had to think about it. He had to look.
I'm looking now because you got me interested. Unfriended. No, it does not have Aquafina. You fucking lied to me again.
He's crying right now.
Interestingly enough, it has the guy, the main character is also in another movie about the internet, Searching, with John Chow. That's interesting that he has 2 of those movies under his belt.
Good cinema.
No.
Good cinema. Both of them were pretty good. I like Unfriended Dark Web a lot. Aside from the gimmicky, like, ooh, the dark web people, and then like they get glitched over to hide their identity. That's fucking stupid.
I
But
will
everything
admit
else I
that
really enjoy.
the sound in that movie is good. I like the sound. Sound is nice.
The shotgun scene in particular is fantastic.
Oh my gosh. I sincerely want to watch that again. That and Jack and Jill is still at the top of my list.
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino. I remember about maybe a year back, we tried watching fucking Jack and Jill on a rabbit, and I quit halfway through.
Because you were like, man, there's too much Adam Sandler for me. I gotta take a sit down and listen for a second.
I gotta take a sit down and I gotta breathe for a good couple minutes.
That was one of my first streams, I think, with Metro. I might be wrong about that because I did a lot of them like when I first joined, but I'm pretty sure Jack and Jill with you guys, and that still remains to this day one of my favorite streams of all time.
The Jack and Jill stream.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys probably don't even remember it like that well, but for some reason that just like made my world a little bit better. I loved it and was like, I got to do this again someday, and that someday is approaching.
You know
And
go ahead.
That's the origin story. That's how we all met. Jack and Jill.
You know that.
Yeah, and you go like, twist it with this sister.
Twist it with your sister. You're doing twist.
Thank you. I can't do it.
You're doing Twister with your sister.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking at Steven Susko, who made Dark Web. This is his first and only directorial credit. He wrote The Grudge, The Grudge 2, Red, Texas Chainsaw 3D, Unfriended Dark Web, Hellfest, and then he's got 2 more movies coming out underneath his writing credits.
Oh,
Dare
that's
I
a
say
shame.
auteur?
He's never
That's
going to
right.
direct another movie because Dark Web did not make the money I'm sure they were hoping for.
No, you want to know what's some auteur type shit?
What?
Countdown.
I hate Dark Web. Dark Web is so boring.
Countdown.
No, it's so good.
Countdown
so
is so good.
It's great.
Countdown is so good.
Countdown
Like,
is
you
so
have no idea.
boring.
No. The best part about Countdown is the fucking what's his face in the basement at a church listening to Panini.
Oh, the priest.
The priest listening to Panini, like in the close-up zoom that they do while in the chair swiveling.
Oh, no.
He's like, "Did you say demons?
I love demons.
I love demons.
And then the guy's like, the guy at the computer who's programming the main girl's phone is like, he's like, how long do you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be around for? I'd like to add like 30 more years to my life for that.
Oh my god."
So-
I was like, well, cinema.
The production budget for Dark Web was $1 million, and it made 16.4 times that production budget, grossing a worldwide estimate of $16,434,588.
That's
Ooh,
a tour cinema.
goodness.
With
That's
an
worse
extra $130,864 from Blu-ray and DVD sales.
Mm.
I love how the thumbnail for the trailer, at least when you Google Unfriended Dark Web, the first one that shows up is the emote that we have.
Amaya, please!
Maya.
Yeah, I can see it. It's pretty fucking funny.
Well, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Metrocast.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm your host,
Thank you.
Leon Dion. We go ahead, introduce yourselves as I stumble across my own words.
Cuck.
Thanks.
So
Mark.
long, farewell. Yeah. Good night. Outroduce is my new favorite word. Goodbye.
I'm at the thing on the flying trapeze.
You can find all of us on Letterboxd, by the way. My name is Leon Dion. Meredith is under Meredith Riggs. Mark is, I believe, under Crimes, right?
Yep.
And Dylan is under just Dylan, I think, right? And it's got the little patron symbol by
It's
it.
the worst.
The elite.
The worst.
The elite. He's got the patron. That's how you know he's the big boy. You can't fuck with him.